What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about something a little bit specific. We're going to talk about the House of Mouse and Disney Baby Care Centers. So this was our first major trip since the birth of our little man, and we wanted to make it special. So where was his first plane ride? Well, Disney, of course. So we were a little bit concerned, though, of, all right, well, we got this little 6-month-old. Where do we feed him at? Where do we change him at? Well, doing a little research, we found out that every single Disney park has a baby care center. Now, when we were looking for information, we couldn't find a lot. I've got a rundown of every single one of the baby care centers at every one of the Disney World parks and how to get there and what to expect when you get inside. The baby care centers are actually sponsored by Huggies, so if you're looking for Pampers, you're out of luck. However, they do have things like diapers and formula, baby food, sippy cups for sale that if you forgot them or ran out of them or just have an emergency, they've got them there in the park for you. Let's start with the Magic Kingdom. All right, at the Magic Kingdom, the Baby Care Center is a little bit hidden. You're going to want to walk all the way down Main Street, hang a left at Casey's Corners, and if you can make it past those amazing hot dogs, you're going to go down that next sidewalk right before the Crystal Palace. Now here, just like every other park, you're going to find the First Aid Center and the Baby Care Center together. Now for you moms that are pumping, you can actually bring your pump into the park, and the First Aid Center will store the pump for you so you don't have to carry it all around. You'll have to check it out, but then you can use it in the Baby Care Center and then drop it back off right at the First Aid Center. Now, when my wife was breastfeeding our little man, I did sit outside and I did notice that everyone tried to go into that first door, which is the First Aid Center. Don't be confused. The Baby Care Center is just off to the right there. Inside the store area, you're going to find anything from Motrin to mommy hooks to extra clothing. There are tons of stuff here for you to purchase. Now, the thing that we found most helpful in this little room is going to be the water cooler. The reason this was so handy is we could fill our Tommee Tippee portable bottle warmer up with the warm water and it would stay warm all day. If you don't know what the Tommee Tippee is, here's a shot of it, and I'll link it in the description below. It is fantastic to be able to warm up a bottle on the go. Now inside the changing area, you had these really large changing tables, and underneath the tables, you had a thick paper that you could use as a disposable liner. Now we usually used our travel changing pad. However, it was nice to have the option if we needed it. There was also a sink available with soap, and inside that door, there was a bathroom as well. Now the next little room had some high chairs, stools, and other places to sit for your little one if you were feeding them solids. Now I did find it rather nice that the Baby Care Center did have a potty training seat for the little ones. Now we didn't take any video within the nursing area. However, my wife did snap just a quick photo of one of the chairs that is available for nursing mothers. Now, one of the big things that my wife did notice is people would come in and out, and families would come in and out while she was trying to nurse, which was a little bit distracting to our little one because, well, he just wanted to know what was going on. So feeding was a little more difficult. Next up, Epcot. Now, the easiest way to explain how to get to the Baby Care Center in Epcot is if you're coming from Mexico, you're going to want to take a right on that next sidewalk that has a bridge there, and it's just there in front of you. Again, it's by the First Aid Center. Now, Epcot did seem to have about as much for sale as the Magic Kingdom did, and did have a sink, a microwave, and also the water cooler. The Epcot Baby Center did have the same huge plush changing tables as Magic Kingdom did with the paper underneath. A little bit different is they actually had a separate men's and women's room.
The area to eat in Epcot was a little different. It actually had tables to be able to sit at. It did have a toddler table and also the plastic high chairs. The entertainment area, of course, had a Disney movie playing and tons of little seating for kids to just hang out on. Our little man is modeling the chair here for you. Now, there were a few different chairs here, and next to it you had that little table which allowed you to put any of your accessories that you needed to, maybe a breast pump, maybe your diaper bag. Let's move on to Animal Kingdom. Now you can see on the map that this baby center is located on Discovery Island nearing Africa. So that means if you're going toward the safari, it's going to be back in that area. The Animal Kingdom Baby Care Center was a little bit tucked away. They have great signs as always. However, you're going to pass, as you see on the right, the Disney Vacation Club, and it's that building in the back. You're going to go around the side, and this time, the Baby Care Center is actually the first one you run into. The First Aid Center is the second door. The changing tables for the Animal Kingdom were just a little bit different. You can see they have 6 smaller changing tables, and the paper was the type of paper that you have at the doctor's office. So of course, if your little one is like mine, they love to play with it. Now the Animal Kingdom was a little bit different in the fact that it didn't have a dedicated eating area. So they did have a couple chairs and a high chair in with the baby changing area. What we're doing here is filling up our Tommee Tippee portable bottle warmer with the hot water out of one of the little dispensers. They didn't have a water cooler here, they had 2 of these units. A wonderful part about the Animal Kingdom is they did have private nursing rooms. However, they only had 2. The nursing room also did have a little changing area within it. The relaxation area did have a lot of good seating with all those benches along the sides, had the toddler table, and the movie, of course, playing in the background. Now, this is a great spot to just get out of the way, and if it's raining or if it's hot, just to be able to have some downtime. As with the other 2 parks, the Animal Kingdom did have a nice selection of items for purchase. Finally, Hollywood Studios. The Baby Care Center at Hollywood Studios is just as you come in the front gate. You're going to want to take a left from that front gate, and it's tucked back in the corner. Now it's going to look and feel like you're going into guest relations. Well, that's because you are going to be going into guest relations. The Baby Care Center is actually inside there. So you're going to enter that door and hang a left, and on the back wall there is the Baby Care Center. The Baby Care Center at Hollywood Studios by far was the smallest. The first room that you enter here is the relaxation room, and it only has a couple of adult chairs and also has your high chairs to be able to feed your kids. There are 2 semi-private nursing rooms inside the Baby Care Center. One has Western-style doors and the other has a curtain. However, this does not stop sound and doesn't really stop people from walking in either. The baby changing area only has 2 of the plush baby changing tables and a sink with a large counter. Now there is a toddler toilet in the back of the baby changing area that does have a sign on the door that says it is for children only. Now the Baby Care Center at Hollywood Studios did lack a few things that we noticed. Number 1 was the cooler that was able to dispense hot water for our Tommee Tippee. Number 2 was the sales area. We didn't find a spot that you could buy extra diapers or anything else. Now, we were absolutely grateful to have these baby care centers at every one of the parks. They really, really did help. Now, we had our favorites and we had our least favorites, but we want to hear from you. What were you most surprised by? Comment below. And do us a huge favor. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and also that bell notification. Thank you. I'm Nick again from Who Dat Travel, and we'll see you next time.